What's up, beautiful people? And cheers. Diet Coke today. Going back to foundation. Yeah, what a week. It's been a good week for me. Here recording early for once, so this isn't going to be released on a Monday. But today I want to talk about something that's really been hitting home recently. And it's just the fact that nothing changes if you don't change. Nothing changes if nothing changes, right? I think that's the saying. And it's so obvious. It's so true. But yet it's like one of the hardest things to do in some cases. And like for myself, just talking a little bit more about trading, but you could relate it to anything in life. Trading is life. It points out your flaws. It highlights them much faster than life will. And that's one of the reasons why I love it so much. And boy, do I have a lot of them. But the fact that nothing changes if nothing changes is just so true, because I feel like, it can't only be me, but it feels like it's only me. I feel like I have to touch the hot stove 1,000 times. It's just something about the way we've evolved, or the way that we've had to become human beings. Just something in our genetics just makes the obvious not so obvious, and makes us want to try and find, the easy way, or the way that just requires less effort, or just sinking into habits, bad habits specifically. And it's so easy to get tied up there and feel safe and not change anything. And then it kind of goes back to last video about motivation. Like, you hit this point where you're like, I'm tired of this. I'm tired of doing things this way. I'm tired of dealing with the same problems. So I'm going to change. And then you do change for a period of time. And then what do you know? You go right back to your old ways. And it just falls back to nothing changes if nothing changes. And it's just something that, I think I've touched that hot stove enough times to realize I got to change some things. And specifically talking about trading, like, how many times can I add to a losing position, begging for it to come back, to realize that that's not a profitable strategy long term? How many times do I have to ignore my stop loss before I realize that hurts me? How many times do I have to hold a position thinking it's going to go so much higher and scared to not sell the top, and only to have it come back down and break me even or stop me out for a loss? How many times do I have to do these things to realize that if I don't change, nothing changes? And that's also been one of my big focuses, is like, really since starting this channel, really the last few months, having a child now, what I do really just doesn't affect me anymore. It affects my family. And those short-term dopamine hits, or that short-term excitement that you get from, or even just the short-term comfort you get from doing the things that aren't good for you, give you, on the other side of that, it just feels like garbage, right? Most of the time, even if you get some reward that you wanted out of it, you got it the easy way, right? It just doesn't, it doesn't really affect your life that much more. It's all about changing who you are and changing what you do to get different outcomes. And that just comes back to portraying yourself as the person you want to be, and moving and acting in that way. But again, it's so hard. We're just this bag of skin that just formed habits through our experiences and through our life, and this is what we have. And if we want to change anything, it takes extreme discipline and courage and suffering and pain in order to change the simplest things, like even scrolling on social media. If you want to cut out a couple hours of that, if that's an issue you have, like sometimes I do spend too much time on social media, and you're trying to cut it out, and then one day you're just sitting there bored on the couch after a week or two of doing pretty good, and you just open your phone, go on Facebook, go on X. Next thing you know, you're scrolling for an hour and a half, and you feel good, and you come out of it and you're like, what the heck? What did I just do? You know? And then it's easier to fall back into that pattern again. So yeah, trading really highlights, your bad habits and what you do. And that's why people struggle at it. That's why people fail at it time and time again. And that's why I haven't been successful in 10 years of doing it, is because I've just refused to change for a long period of time. And I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it, So, yeah, we're changing. That's the goal of this whole channel, is just to document that change, right? And if you're out there watching this and you're sick of whatever circumstance you have in life that for whatever reason, it brings you down constantly, but yet you can't change the thing that makes you do whatever it is, just keep trying, keep fighting, because every time you keep fighting, it's not over. And forgive yourself, forgive yourself when you slip up, but get back on it as soon as possible. It's those gaps in between that really hurt you and send you on cycles that could last long. Forgive yourself when you miss a day. Don't beat yourself up and say, this is you, this is just what I do, this is just how I am. Forgive yourself, move on, and get back on the path. So yeah, that's what I'm going through right now, specifically in trading, and just some habits in life that I would love to get rid of and fill in with more productive things. So yeah, nothing changes if nothing changes. I'm pretty sure that's the saying. It makes sense to me. I think that's really all I need to say on the topic. Just, keep fighting the good fight. Yourself, find the good in your day and celebrate yourself for the little things, and don't hold your head on things. Keep your head held high, forgive yourself, and try to be a little bit better every single day. That's all we could do here on planet Earth. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. That's your Sunday chat. Thanks for being here. Take care.